even that. It's mine's really jerky, so there's no smoothness to it at all.
Well, if you let the video play, there, I'll zoom in on it, so you'll be able to see it.
I'll try and pause it.
But see, he's told her to do this now.
Yeah. You see that? Do you see that?
No,
I've seen it. I've seen that.
why don't it show me?
It's like here. Now, there. You see that?
No, it just shows me three jerky.
Let it play a bit let it play a bit more forward, because I'd really catch her
There you
eye.
go. You see that again?
Mine's really jerky, so I won't see it. I don't think. Maybe when I watch it back.
That's too spooky for me, man. I can't even look at it again.
What the? How'd you do that, man? Look at this. What? She's looking kind of good though, man. She's looking.
Well, that's a scary thing, because you know, if you was a single man that you went out, like, yeah, man, tonight's the night. And some lizard bird just comes and wraps her tongue around your neck.
Yeah, you gotta watch it, man. Watch it pull them girls.
You know all about it, but I've got goose pimples again. I'm looking at your channel, right, Underbelly, and I've got goose pimples up my arm, man. I've just got goose pimples, man. Just looking at your channel, man. I'm just going down all the videos. I didn't realize you had this many videos, to be fair.
Oh, I've been doing this for a long time, man.
Yeah, I found it, man. So I'll look at the comments, because you put some comments on there, didn't you, on that one?
Now, that's the second one.
That's
the first one. The first one's where I got the threat, and then everything came. And I just did it one more time, and then I said, I did on one of my live shows, I told them that don't expect to see any more of this woman. I'm not covering them. I'm not covering their call. And it's not because I'm scared or anything off them. I just think now they're kind of using me to get their movement across.
Because I guess they do that, and they see you as a vehicle, and like, okay, this guy seems to know what we're talking about, so push the information to him, let it get it out. Because remember, they like to hide things in clear sight, and
plain sight. Yeah,
exactly. And I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be manipulated by them or anybody to play this game.
I know, man. I said, drop me £1 million, and then I'm open for everything, man.
Yeah.
You said your soul you would.
Reptilians sponsor the show tonight. Blackopolypse brought to you by
Reptilians.
Reptilians.
Yeah, man. That sounds like my kind of thing, man. I mean, I wouldn't sound my soul, but you got some spooky. The free orb.
Yeah, man, you'd sell it, man. You'd ask for some change. You would.
Oh, you and Wayne just swapped places on screen, man. You doing some reptilian shit yourselves?
Really? Is that what happened?
You just swapped, man.
That might be if the finger drops out. Okay, so we're talking about what I mean. You know about adrenochrome, then. This is a good thing for Simon to get involved. You know, this is basically that drug where obviously to take young kids. You know, we're going in there allegedly. So no one comes and arrests me. So these guys, these prominent stars, they take young kids, and then they obviously try and like get them scared. And once they get them to a point of like maximum fear, they can kill them. And obviously they drink their blood apparently. And with this, it releases a lot of adrenochrome. And that's what's keeping these guys young and fresh and new. So you think that's got something to do with the reptilian movement as well? Do you think the reptilians are feeding off this as well? Like, because
firstly, it's not working. Some of these people look crusty, yo. You know what I mean? Some of these people are, whatever they're doing, the regime ain't working. And I don't know which one they're using to say the regime's working, because if you look at Clinton, that man aged 20 years in the last 5 years. So if we're going to talk about people like him, who's one of the most prevalent ones are meant to be, or Biden or these people or whatever, and that, yo, it's not working, man. Oil of Ulay twice a day is going to work much better, and I'm going to recommend that.
What's this? They got some wonder drug, is it?
But what it is, they say that this is what they're trying to say now. Like Alstalio just said now. He just said that that people are trying to basically get children to a height of fear. And then when they're in this heightened fear, it releases an adrenaline, well, whatever you said it was anyway, this sort of chemical in the body, which basically gives them youth, or you know that.
Didn't Michael Douglas make a film about that?
Well,
when he got
and again, I mentioned it on a recent podcast, which is actually a true practice about that dog festival in China. And that's what they do with the animals there. They actually make the dogs suffer from when they're...
Oh, so the meat tastes, yeah.
So they believe, it's their belief that the fear it releases this thing, and it makes the meat taste more savory. So like this is I think an extension of a lot of conspiracies like that. I'll say straight up for anyone who's watching this, because we get a lot of people, especially to me, call me a conspiracy denier. I'm not. When it comes to the nastiness and the paedophilia rings and everything like that, I do believe they exist. The fact that did they go to these lengths, I have no idea, probably with the sick few. But for me, the overall conspiracy is just a load of sort of like internet hype that's gone sort of like haywire, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a strange one. I think
It's
what
deep.
yeah, it is deep. I mean, the thing is, okay, let's put it a different way then. So, if we believe that everything is as it is, but then you can get a country which will poison people in other countries, and you'll get another country that will murder somebody else in other countries, and then deny it and say, "Oh, it's nothing to do with us." You know, that in itself proves that conspiracy theories, there is some basis behind it, because
100%.
if governments are prepared to lie about what they do, then they're going to lie about everything that they don't want. You know, look at things like the official state secrets. There's certain things that we will never know in our lifetime. They will never release that information ever. Now, if you know, and it's like, well, why won't you? Because they know that there's some serious wrongs that have been buried in print. You know, ask anyone if they've ever been to the Vatican and gone down to the basement or gone down into the depths and looked at everything that's been collected there from across the world,
big meetings
from
in the
different
G8 and these
races,
secret meetings.
different religions, and you know, and this is what I'm saying. Conspiracy theories, it's not that they're a conspiracy, it's just that what people are searching for is the actual real truth. And they're putting out their own theories because it's the only way they can kind of make sense of, well, you know, I can't understand why we've all got to do this based on what these people are saying when these people are doing this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? It's. I wouldn't say I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I definitely think that this world isn't as round as we all think it is.
It's not flat, man. Come on.
Can I just say something on
It
that,
is round.
though?
But I'm just saying that in terms of us thinking, oh yes, you know, you work, you marry, you get kids, and you die. Nah, man. The reality is there's a lot of stuff that goes on. It's like the darknet. We live. Our normal lives are in the internet. What goes on actually is like the darknet, because more stuff is going on that we've got no idea about than what we do know about right now.
I mean, I've had my own theory on this for a while now, because I talk a lot about these kind of things, and a lot of people, like I say, think I don't believe, but I do. There's so much things that I do believe in, but the problem that I have in general, and it's the same. We can talk about mainstream, not stuff we see online or anything. Is, and this has always been my theory for a long time. It's truth, like guesswork, you know, like people actually have an opinion on something, and falsehoods mixed into one and then sold to you as one product. And that happens across the board. But you only have to look how far this goes back. Look at religion. Religion is I bet you a lot of the religion, the actual good teachings of the Bible did come from a good place. When I look at the Bible, not being nasty, and you see the politics in it, then you realise, hang on, a man's hand has really gone into this as well now.
Mate, listen, man. Most of the religions pretty much follow, or most of the major religions pretty much follow the same or similar kind of teachings, which tells me that it actually originates from one place and it's just been modified to suit wherever it ended up at that time. You know, religion was forced on Africa. You know, they were, if they didn't turn to Christianity, they were killed. Simple as. You die or you worship Jesus. You have a choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I say, on the other hand of that, sorry, just to cut that again, you remember me saying the other week as well, but if they had held Africans and black people in such contempt, why would they want them to have redemption and everlasting life in paradise as well? It's
because the heathens needed saving. But yeah,
it was just to keep the black people and the slaves quiet. If they thought they suffered now in the here and now, that they would have a better afterlife, and that's why they forced it, I think, on them. It was to
yeah. I mean, you've only got to listen to anyway, we won't go there. But yeah, man, the world's a strange place, man. And Underbelly, well done for exposing it. and doing your
When
bit,
did
man.
your journey start, Underbelly? I don't know if I missed. Obviously, we've been friends for many years now, for a long time. If anyone
Yes,
don't
we have.
know, for a long, long time, and we used to have these kind of chats.
We did.
And I used to look at stuff back in the day when I used to come to your flat, but I don't know. I don't think you had your website then. So how did your channel start, and what year did you, and what started that off for you?
Well, I think all right, it's the double. I started doing the hidden underbelly maybe about 6 years now, but I had a channel and it was very political. I was very political, and I talked about a lot of conspiracies, and it got gone. I had it for about a year and it went. So
Yeah.
I thought, you know what? I got to a point where I thought, do I keep going or do I stop? And I thought, you know what? I'm going to come back twice as strong, twice as hard, twice as smart. So then came the Hidden Underbelly 2.0. And I did it.
Yeah, man.
I did it. And I'm happy. I'm it's hard. I don't get paid from YouTube, and they give me many reasons that make no sense. They tell me that.
Well, hold on a second. So, because you've got 40,000 subscribers, so you must be getting some serious hours of playtime every month. And
Oh yeah.
so,
yeah.
what are YouTube saying to you then? So,
It doesn't.
They're saying
advertise in it.
They're saying to me that I'm not. There's certain things I'm doing to the video that doesn't make it that I can't get monetized. But when I ask them the question, I say, well, what I don't understand, fair enough, I get that. But there's channels out there that just take my video, which I don't mind. I really don't mind you guys using my stuff. But they take my videos, they put it on their channels, and they're getting paid. So if it's wrong for me, why isn't it wrong for them?
Yeah.
And then they say, don't worry about them, worry about your own channel.
Yeah, and this is the thing, you see, it's maybe you are scratching a sore that people don't want you to scratch.
Definitely.
That to me is like right there, like you said, someone could literally copy your entire site, put it on their own thing, get paid, but for some reason you ain't getting paid. It's like, if they're not happy with the video, they normally ban the video, don't they? They say, right, take it off. But what you're saying is they're happy if someone take it off you.
They can't. See, the thing is, they can't take the videos down because there's nothing wrong with them. There's no cussing, there's no nudity, there's no guns, there's objects being shown. I don't do clickbait. None of that. The thumbnails are directly from the videos. There's no clickbaiting. So I comply to everything that YouTube asks me to, and yet there's something wrong. So I was lucky enough then I was gonna see, I have a policy, and here's my principle about the channel. I'm not gonna ask my viewers, my subscribers, I'm not gonna ask them to give me any money. It doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
So that wasn't an option. But what was left was to walk away then, because I'm in a position where I can't do this for nothing.
Yeah, of course.
Why you
So-
start Patreon or something?
I can't, man. That's asking a lot of these people that watch my videos.
Donate for you, innit? They donate.
Well, I think you've gone
But I
about it the
don't want
right
their
way.
money. They need their
You've
money.
gone through sponsors instead, don't you? And that is the
That's
right way
right.
to go.
That's right. I was lucky and I got a sponsor that believe in what I'm doing. They love my work.
Fantastic.
So the Hidden Underbelly lives again.
Yeah. Fantastic. No, that's fantastic. That is.
We're back.
You know what I mean? Because we all hear about the person who's having to fight against the man.
The system, innit?
Well, we always
I can
hear
stand
about
up and say one thing. I can
So,
say one
okay.
thing, because obviously you guys have not known him as long as I can. Like when I sat down, the one thing I always say about Underbelly is that, like, what you see is what you get. You know what I mean? Like,
We
there's
can't
no.
see him at the moment.
It's not to ever show you anything
So
to
just his
show
name.
off. You know what I mean? It's not to try and gauge that reaction, like, oh, I've duped you, or to show off in any way at all and everything. It's literally been like, man, have you seen this? This is amazing. Like, it's just been genuinely because of an interest. We've had many deep conversation that has just been about you know, progression and understanding and trying to literally understand. So when he's, you know, when he's even told me in the first place that he set up a channel, I knew that it wasn't just going to be a load of nonsense thrown together. For it's not entertainment's sake. If you take entertainment from it, I'm sure Underbelly wants that.
That's what I want. Yeah,
that's secondary to actually opening your eyes and saying, have a look at this. You know, this is wondrous in whichever way. And like, I'll stand by him 100% and say this guy's 100% legit. So check him out.
Thank you. Well, see, I want to provide nothing more than what a TV program would provide, and yet all these paranormal TV programs, you got to read the small print. They'll tell you this is for entertainment purposes only. Because the reason why they got to do this, and I don't have to do this because I've got the source. A lot of these programs, they get it third, fourth, fifth hand, so they don't know who the source is. I get the source, and I do work with some TV companies to help. I don't get paid. I help them get to the right people who the footage belongs to.
Right.
So, because I always believe that you got to give credit where credit is due. So, and I own none of the, and you know.
What American news station was you on?
Sorry. Oh, I was on.
What American news station?
Oh God.
I've seen you on Fox or CNN or one of them or
Fox.
Something like that.
That's right, Fox. It was Fox. I forgot. It's been so long ago. Yeah, I was on Fox News. Did an interview.
The biggest news channel in America.
I forgot.
It is. I don't like Fox for political reasons, but that's your #1 channel in America, the most consumed news. Not Fox is much bigger than CNN. It's bigger than CNN and MSNBC, ABC, all them together, man.
Yeah, so that was pretty much a year into the concept of the channel that happened. So can you imagine? I just, you know, and then Fox News gets in touch with me and says, "Hey, would you mind doing an interview?"
Boom. What was the effect on your network when you did that? What was the bump like in terms of numbers and followers and subscribers?
You wouldn't have noticed.
No way.
It doesn't. It kind of doesn't work
in media that there is going to be that automatic follow-on, like a follow-up lead, like when someone leaves you a card for your door. You know, how many people actually follow up on things? But media is a really funny one because I've been on radio, talked up my business, talked about things, and I know if I was as a musician dealing with what I was dealing with, I would have been, you know, jumping on the phone, having a look straight away. But you didn't get the jump, and it didn't matter what station I was on. You didn't seem to get the jump. And you know, one stage I was on one BBC channel. It was going across nationally, and it was going across my two local stations first, and then nationally. Nothing. I don't think we had 5 extra people come through the door.
I know a guy who went on to one of these, X Factor or something, one of these reality musician shows, and like he did get a bump. He said he wasn't that popular until he went on this, and then all of a sudden he had like a million followers. But the difference.
Your mic low, bro.
Can you hear me? The difference with that was.
That's better.
Yeah, sorry. The difference with that was because he was consistently on the TV. I think if you just go on Fox one time, you're not gonna notice anything.
I agree.
If you do weaker shows, then after that you're gonna see.
But then again, it's the kind of show that you go on, isn't it? I mean, obviously he's an entertainer. There was a million people out there that liked what he was doing on that program, so they followed him. I mean, I'm in the press. I'll say every fortnight I go into the Daily Star, along with many other prestigious websites. So,
oh wow!
Oh yeah, people do know who I am. That's how come I get to work with such great people in the other medias. Like I work with a couple of Japanese production companies out there.
This power structure as a whole.
Sorry, man.
What's that?
Sorry, I clicked onto one page and it was just started automatically. So some rubbish. It wasn't me talking.
Japanese.
Some flipping spooky things going on, man. You work with Japanese producers as well?
Well, yeah, I help them out. Wherever it's possible. All I ever ask for is just to give me a bit of credit out there. I want to be big in Japan.
Well, hey, look,
the classic.
My friend is in Japan, so I'm looking to go out there as soon as the pandemic is over. So if you are going, man, keep me in the loop, mate. We might even go together.
Hey, Underbelly, what's your spin on the pandemic, man? Do you think, obviously, what's your spin? What do you think?
I think it's real. You know, I'm not going to say it's fake. I do believe it's real, but I see it's just an exercise in compliancy.
Yeah.
Do you think it's man-made?
Of course.
Uh,
I didn't ask you.
Yeah, but I know, man.
that's a
But
hard
Oh
one.
no! Shut up! Sorry, go on, Underbelly.
No, it's all right. It's just it's a hard one to call because they do man-make things. This has happened, but there's also things that are retro, that they've been here before, and they come back, but they mutated a little bit.
survive.
I was going to say, even if it wasn't man-made, sorry, if it was, just to cut you there, if it wasn't man-made anyway, and it still wasn't meant to get out, like Underbelly just said, then it could still mutate. But even if it didn't mutate and everything, if it's an unreal known quantity, like it is a strain that's been in animals, whatever, and it has somehow got out into the public, just like it has now, nobody knows what's going to happen. That could be a virus or something that can just, you know, mutate and mutate and mutate. It might be highly resistant.
From my understanding is they all mutate because everyone has a flu bloody jab every year because of the flu virus has mutated again.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, new spawns of the common cold and flu just seem to come out a lot more as well. Because I'd say with this COVID thing, it's a SARS kind of virus, and it's something that's happened less frequently over time. It's happened obviously a few times, and that, as you know, COVID-2 was another one that was I don't know when that one was out, but quite a while ago. But there's quite a few been like COVIDs and stuff like that. But I reckon, like I say, whether it is man-made or not, the consequence is still the same. You know what I mean? Except if it is man-made, it could be more sinister. In fact, it could be designed to do certain things when it gets out. But
well,
either way,
exactly.
animal, it's come from an animal. If it's come from man, if it's come from a lab, it doesn't matter. If it wasn't meant to get out and it's got out, then that's the thing. And if it's just, if someone's released it to the world, then
see, I'm an old school kind of guy, as you know, Simon, and I believe in the Georgian Guidestones. And are you guys familiar with this?
No, you have to give us a brief summary.
All right, I'll give you a quick rundown. Basically, these are some guidestones of how humanity is supposed to be running, and this is written in stone. I believe, if somebody looks it up, I believe, thinking off my head, I think it's written in 8 languages, and 3 of them are
What's it called? The Guidestone.
The Georgian Guidestones. And I think 3 of the languages are dead languages, like Dead Sea Scroll language. You get what? But there is a agenda being followed. Now, one of the agendas, I think it's number 3 of the Georgian Guidestones, has to do with depopulation, where it tells you that you have to have 500 million worldwide population to make it controllable. Just if you see it there, you can see for yourself.
Oh, is that where that's where they're getting ideas from then?
Well, if you look at it this way, right? Now, I've thought long and hard, not too long and not too hard, but I did think about this. And what I came up with is, see, if you go to war, make the brothers and sisters fight each other, mop up.
Bloody hell, man! I'm reading it right.
You're still not going to get that number. Wars, you'll probably get about 3-4 million. But I'll tell you what'll get the number to wipe out that amount of. Because right now there's 7 billion people on the earth, and they want it down to 500 million. A pandemic would do that.
India alone has just over 1 billion. China has just over 3 in it.
So do you see? Can you see how? You see when they call me a conspiracy theorist, I'm not. This is written in stone. They tell you about the money. They want one currency to rule the world. In effect, it's happened. And I think this pandemic was a way to do it, because now it's made everybody switch from paper money to electric money. And some of us have been using it already, yes, but the older generation hasn't.
And it's going to come in 3 waves as well, isn't it? Like, I don't know, this is just me looking at you from just for a moment then. I thought, you know, we got the first wave, you know, of the pandemic or whichever way you want to look at it. Then they expect the second wave to come in the winter. And then the third real wave, which is going to be the ultimate killer, is going to either be the vaccine or the refusal to have the vaccine, whichever way they've engineered society to think and to obey that command, you know. So it's just mad if you think about it. That's what I think anyway. I think it's going to be, when it's vaccine time, that's going to be when the most people are going to be lost.
You know, it's kind of weird to look at this and what languages I actually picked to write it in. When was this written? When was this done? 1980.
1970, yeah, 1980 it was put up.
Okay.
I don't know where they got this text from, but they chose to do it in English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, traditional Chinese, Russian, and obviously the other two. I think it's really weird that they use, because English is like the language that probably everyone speaks who doesn't speak Spanish. You know, like Spanish is a place where people only speak Spanish. Swahili covers pretty much Africa. Hindi covers pretty much like the whole of India and these places. Hebrew, you know, you got to put Hebrew in there because the important people. Then you got Arabic, which covers the Asian world, and you got traditional Chinese and Russian. I think that's really interesting that they pick those languages. Like they're probably going to be the future, the big 8 languages in the future. You know what I mean?
Well, even more interesting is the 2 dead languages that they used.
Which language is it? Which one was it? Latin.
I mentioned it on this one.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm on Wikipedia at the moment. I can't find the other.
Never mind then.
The thing is, though, it goes back to that thing of, well, they've done there what they want you to know.
Actually, it's 4 ancient languages, and 4 ancient languages it uses. But that's a 4 inscribed at the top of the structure in 4 ancient languages. I still don't know what languages they're written in. I'd like to know.
This is what I try and say to people. It's there. You just have to open your eyes and see. They've told us what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the names of 4 ancient languages are inscribed on the sides near the top: Babylonian cuneiform, Classical Greek, Sanskrit, and Egyptian hieroglyphics.
Hey, wait there.
Yeah,
they wrote in cuneiform.
Languages.
Cuneiform they used.
Yeah, Babylonian cuneiform. It's got CUNE.
Yeah, cuneiform. Yeah, I know this. This is one of the earliest languages, man.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right, Underbelly. It just wasn't on that article that I looked at. Mirrors.
There you go. There's something for us.
And I knew this when I was talking to Simon.